would love to be a lazy person in your business, then this week's episode is going to confirm exactly why you are right and you should be as lazy as possible. Hello, it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 195 of MiTV. And today is going to be about how I learned about 3 weeks ago now that my new mantra needs to be, how can I be as lazy as possible? And I'll explain why. So this is a true story of how I realized laziness does not come naturally to me, but it's actually a strength in running your business. Every single month for probably the past 5 years, no longer, maybe 7 years, at the beginning of the month, we send out our invoicing for our call answering service. It comes out at the beginning of the month in advance. And for the past 7 years, or however long it has been, I have been the person who has activated this invoicing at the beginning of the month. Now, I wish it was just activating the invoice, but it isn't. And as we have grown in size and we get more customers, the time it takes me to do this particular task is getting longer and longer and longer. And this particular task involves me using Xero, a spreadsheet which would make most people's eyes water. It's particularly big, involved, intricate. It also involves a little bit of innate knowledge of some of our customers that have just joined us recently, some either specific things on their account. And all these three things are put together, and and I'm being completely honest here, at the beginning of every single month, I generate these invoices. Now, I've made a bit of improvements because some of my invoices, they're like drafts and I amend them. But long story short, the spreadsheet is very big. It takes around about 10 to 12 hours of work at the beginning of every month. Before you're like, gasping in horror, I know that this is not like the best use of my time at the beginning of the month. And it's kind of thing that's grown because we've grown as a business. And at the beginning of every month, I fit the time in ultimately. I'll put some slots of time in. I invariably use the weekend to get this done because I know it's an admin task at the end of the day. And a couple of weeks ago, it came to the point where I thought, and it's been on my list for ages to sort, but it's just one of those things where it keeps getting pushed to the bottom. And I think, actually, it can wait till next month. I'll just get it done. I've got these other things to do first. It's now come to the point where, I need to lie down in a dark room after I've done the invoice and need to put some dark glasses on because this spreadsheet is totally frazzled my brain. And I reached out for help. Some people, my accountant, mentor, some people that I work with, other people that I thought might have been through a similar thing. And I had one particular conversation that I just thought, this is so, so true. And I've been missing a trick in putting it to the bottom of the list every month, because ultimately I know that somebody out there is going to change my life, automate this whole process, get these invoices created automatically, and they're going to get sent out, and I'm going to get this whole 10 days back to do much smarter things with my time. I had this one conversation with a guy called David, who I've been working with as a consultant, bit of a business mentor. And I'd sent him the spreadsheet, and he said to me this one sentence, which is like, you're right. He went, Emma, you need to be far lazier in your business. He's like, the fact that you are doing this fastidiously at the beginning of every month, he went, shows me like you've got the energy for your business, you care about it, you want to get things done, you take on a lot, you're not work shy, all these things like, yeah, you're right. But actually it's not serving you. And you need to be far lazier in your business to get a business to the life you want to have, the looking after the customers the way you want to, the scalability of it. And I thought, actually, that one sentence, like, yeah, you do. I get it. I do need to be far lazier, because I know that as a business owner, it can be really easy to do. It's definitely not easy, but it can feel good. It feels like the right thing to do. In doing those tasks, which you think, well, nobody else can actually do this, it makes you feel good because, well, one, the invoices is going out, always a great thing to have. But number two is that you're like, I've done it, I'm ticking it off, this needs to be done. It's like a good endorphin feeling that I'm getting through all of this stuff and I'm busy. But obviously, as we know, busy is not the same as highly, highly productive. And when I am stuck right in the middle of this Excel nightmare, it is not the best thing for me to do. So I just thought, you know what, he's absolutely right. I do need to be far lazier in my business. And my question years ago should have been, what can I do to solve this? Because I'm pretty sure all of those 10 hours every single month for years would have been way better spent, and maybe we would have done some better things. We would have been a bit further on in other areas had I solved this problem sooner. And I think it's just really, there's this sentence of being lazier can dictate two things. You can either make a really hard life for yourself, which I have been doing. Like, you know, if I'm going on holiday and it straddles the beginning of the month, I've got a problem. So I've created this hard life for myself in thinking, well, I'll just carry on doing it. It's easier to do it myself. It feels a bit painful to try and solve the problem. And there is these list of things that as a business owner, nobody's told me I have to carry on doing that. I've made that decision, and I'm sure for this week's MiTV, I'm sure there are lots of things that are happening in your day that you think, only I can do that. Oh, I've just got to do that. Oh, yeah, I know it's just admin, and that might be sat in your emails. It might be doing the invoicing like I've been doing that's taken, God, a very long time. There is a list of things that's going to make your life a lot harder. You know, whether that's working on the weekend. I've been doing invoicing on a weekend. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find a solution to it soon, and I'm going to be annoyed that I've spent Saturdays invoicing. But again, it's on me. I have made my life harder than it needs to be. And then we get an easier life where we outsource stuff. We get people that are experts in areas we're not to solve things. We say no more often, so our calendar's free to focus on the things that will move our business forward. And I'm looking off to the right because we have created a list that I hope will be helpful to you. How to have a hard life, how to have an easy life. And in the how to have an easy life list, they are things that you should be actively focusing on, thinking about, and you might not be able to or want to do them all at once. That's not how good things happen, but thinking about each, having a little bit of deep thinking about the things on the easy list every day is going to make your life so much better. So I hope my honest story about my invoicing at the beginning of every month gives you a little bit of insight to, you know, even I can have those moments where I think, oh, I'm just going to get it done, but I'm not. And next month, I'm going to tell you that I've had this solution solved and how I did it. I hope this episode gets your head out of the dirt, into the clouds, to an easier life, because I know running a business is hard, but we can make it easier than we make it to be. And I will see you next week for episode 196. See you then. Bye-bye.